so we're going to talk about a more serious topic today than we normally do on this channel because it's a really big deal right now, especially out where I'm at. So, if you watch the news at all, you've almost definitely seen about the California wildfires going on right now. And there's some in Northern California and some in Southern California. I'm closer to Northern California in case anybody's curious. Actually, I'm about 45 minutes away from San Francisco, which is a little higher up than smack dab down the midway point of the state, so kind of in the middle. But, anyways, it's really bad, guys. It's really, really bad. If you bring up a map of where all the wildfires currently are right now, looks like the state's on fire, essentially. So, because I've had a bunch of people asking me if I'm okay, don't worry, the fires are actually not where I live. They're not right here. However, they are in Napa, which is only like maybe an hour or so from here, and I do have an aunt that lives there, so it does affect us. But it affects us more because we've had crazy windstorms that have swept the smoke over here. Oh no. No. But, first let me try and explain to you guys why California, of all places, is just so prone to crazy wildfires and firestorms. And this one, by the way, makes the Oakland firestorm of the early 90s look like child's play. Yeah, it's that bad. It's that bad. So basically, our state is weird because we're in a unique position where we've got lots of stretches of open land, naturey areas with lots of grasses. In the best of times, they're lush green grass, but that can still go up like that. In the worst of times, after a drought, that is all dry and all it takes is one little spark and poof, that whole hill will be up in flames. I have literally watched it happen. That is not an exaggeration. Our car battery died one time right next to the lake that's near our house, and that whole hill right next to the street went up. Not because of us, but just because of natural wildfire shit. Literally were stuck there for hours, couldn't evacuate, so we actually witnessed that one firsthand. That was years ago. That was not recent, but just saying, it's very scary to me because I have firsthand seen how fast those things move. It just, there's no explaining it in words just how terrifying that is. And that was a relatively small one. The ones we're talking about, I think in the Napa wildfire alone, there's been like 17 people confirmed dead, over 500 people missing, like 3,500 houses just gutted. I think the last numbers updated were like 100,000 acres burned. That is a lot, in case somehow you missed how much this is covering, and that's just the Napa ones. That's not counting the Southern California fires, that's not counting the further northern ones than that, so it's bad. It's really bad. The southern ones, I saw the eeriest damn picture. Like, somebody took a picture of California Adventure with, like, the giant Ferris wheel with Mickey Mouse's face on it. Whole sky glowing orange. It looks like freaking apocalypse now. I'm not even joking. Just, that was so unsettling to me. But the one in Napa has been raging for days on end. Since, I believe, like, Sunday night, if I'm not mistaken. And very unfortunate timing. I believe it was Sunday night when we had the first of our crazy frickin' windstorms. Oh! That was the other part of it. I was explaining how firestorms happen so easily. So you have all these grassy areas that go up like poof. Now you throw in really hot weather and high winds on top of that, and you have the perfect recipe for a firestorm. That's all it takes. In October is usually just the culmination of it, because by then, with all the hot sun from the summer, it's dried out a lot of the grasses, and we're still having Indian summer, so it gets really hot, but we also have a shit ton of winds. I don't know why we get so much wind this part of the year, but we always seem to. And if there's even so much as a little fire, all it takes is those winds. It'll go, it'll cover so much ground so fast, like you would not believe. When people use that phrase that something is spreading like wildfire, this is exactly what they're talking about. Now, out here, I actually took some video, and I'm gonna put it in right here, just so I have a good spot to put it. Okay guys, so this is the situation. Do you guys see all the haziness up there? Those are not mountains up there where my finger's pointing. That's all smoke from the Napa fires. If my voice is muffled, I have a particulate mask on to try and help. Up there, all smoke. Those are not clouds, those are not hills. That is a layer of frigging smoke. It just, for how hazy everything is, this is why people like me with asthma are having a very hard time right now. Those hills right along here, those all should be much more vibrant. They normally are, but this has been declared the worst breathing day in California history. Worst air quality day, I should say. But it's like, wow, that's really bad. Okay, I'll go back inside. Okay guys, it's very telling how orangey the sunlight looks on the floor, that it looks like late afternoon, almost sunset. It's 10 in the morning. It should be much brighter than that, and it's not. Okay, so now that I showed you those, the sky is still completely smoky. It's actually worse now than it was earlier when I filmed those. The mountains, that even the closer ones that you could kind of still see earlier, yeah, you can't even see those through the smoke now. So it's really bad. It's closer to noon now. And sunlight-wise, it's hard to tell in here, but sunlight-wise, you would think it's late afternoon. That is creepy as hell to me. There is that much smoke in the air, and there's this weird hazy shade of orange that's filtering through the clouds. Like, at least here, you don't notice it so much when you're looking at the sky. But when you look at the sun coming through a window on the ground, and that I did kind of capture for you guys in one of the video clips I just showed you, but it's worse now. Just I'm upstairs and don't have anywhere good to demonstrate it since there's no sun really hitting the floor. But, yeah, it's just this weird, bizarre, sickly orange color, and just, oh my god. They've declared the air quality. This is officially the worst air quality in Californian history ever. So, people like me who are severely asthmatic, we're just doing our best to keep our asses out of the hospital right now. I've been keeping the windows closed. I had to put duct tape over my air conditioning and heating vents because some of the smoke was coming in through there. On Monday morning, it reeked heavily of smoke in this room to where I thought something was on fire in this house. It was that bad. No, it was coming in through the frickin' vents from outside, evidently. So I've got those taped up. I actually put some tape around the edges on my windows to help keep it out. So if nothing else, I have at least one safe room in this house where I can breathe relatively easily. The rest of the house is another story. So I've pretty much just been camping out in my bedroom for the most part, which really sucks. But yeah, yesterday I hadn't put 2 and 2 together to tape anything shut yet, so yeah, I was kind of just down on my bed a lot of yesterday because I couldn't frickin' breathe well, and just was all bad. So I'm gonna try and make up for yesterday today in terms of videos, and do the videos today that I was gonna do yesterday, plus today's videos, so it's gonna be a very heavy upload day. Fair warning to you guys, but just, oh my god, it's terrifying just watching the devastation on the news of how much it keeps spreading further and further and further. It's just like, how far is this thing gonna go? How many people are gonna be displaced by this damn thing? It's heartbreaking and it's scary. It does make you think of biblical end times, not gonna lie. It's creeping me the hell out. I'm just like, what can you even do, you know? It is crazy, but just because a lot of people were asking if I personally was okay, I did want to come on here and let you know that, no, I'm not in any direct line of threat from the fires themselves, although my aunt is. At last check, her house, the fires had made it 5 blocks away from her house, and that was last night. By now she might be evacuated, and we just haven't heard from her yet, so admittedly, this is the aunt I don't generally get along with, but at the same time, I don't want to see anything bad happen to her, so, you know, there's that. But yeah, she's in a lot more danger than I am. I just have the smoke inhalation dangers, but I'm mitigating those as best I can. So, I mean, that's piddly shit compared to what people in Napa and in SoCal and in Northern California, what they're all dealing with is way, 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 way worse and way scarier than anything I've got out here. So just, don't worry, I'm safe, but that's cold comfort compared to, the just sheer scale of everything happening right now. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about it because in case you guys were unaware of it happening, this is a thing that's going on. You can look at it in the news. It's so bad. And who knows how long it's going to go for, because we thought we'd seen the worst of it with the windstorm Sunday night. Last night, guess what came back? Another freaking windstorm. So while the air quality had been starting to improve, yeah, now not only does it smell like grass fire smoke outside, it also smells like chemical smoke outside. It smells like burning plastic and shit. So it's like, oh my god, this is horrible. And it's far-reaching. The smoke is just all over the Bay Area from the Napa fire. Just, the whole thing. We're covered in it. So, I mean, I just got out of the shower trying to get some of the smoke out of my hair from the very brief minute I went outside to go film on the balcony for you guys when I had the mask on, but then it was stuck on my hair and my clothes, so I had to change my clothes and just... It's scary shit. I would quite like it to knock it the hell off, both for, selfish reasons of wanting to be able to breathe again, and also so people can stop losing their homes and things and their lives. Just, my god, there was this poor woman on the news who had, like, a ranch that had been in her family for over 70 years. Gone. They lost several of their horses. Most of the horses were brought to safety, but several of their horses did go up in the flames. I'm just like, that hits home. As somebody who grew up with horses, like, we live on a ranch. Our horses are now gone at this point, but this is still ranch property. That hits close at home to me because there have been so many times that, like, the grasses around the lake that's very close, it's walking distance from here, have gone up. There have been plenty of times we've had to worry about how we would evacuate our horses in the event of a fire coming up this hill, if ever that were a thing. It sparked a nerve in me, and just, oh gosh, that poor woman, those poor horses, just everything about it was heartbreaking to me. I think that upset me the worst out of all the devastation they've been showing in this coverage was that horse ranch. But, it's all terrible stuff, though, not just that, obviously, but that's the one that tugged at my heartstrings the most, but... So yeah, if you're religious, prayers for the people who are going through that, and prayers that the fires will stop would be greatly appreciated. If you're not religious, just good vibes in those directions would be good. If you're in a position to donate to the Red Cross, they've got donations open, all you have to do is Google it. But yeah, there's just not a lot anyone can do, because when there's wildfires of this magnitude, there is not a lot you can do, even with them bringing in firefighters from pretty much every county for all sorts of miles around, bring them all in. They can't get this thing under control. I think they said it was like 0% containment still as of last night. That's not good. It is not contained at all. So, yeah, I know, I keep looking over there, I just keep looking at all the freaking smoke in the air and just... This is scary shit. And like I said, I don't like talking about this kind of stuff on my channel, but this is one rare exception I'm making where I'm going there, and I'm sharing this with you guys. So, yeah. I will be back later with more of my usual content, both to try and distract myself from what all's going on in the world right now, as well as, just getting more of my usual stuff up and online. But yeah, anyway, till next time.